Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
And we see another hot day ahead of us with lots of sunshine in our forecast. We're already seeing that up and down the coast right now. It's not as hot across parts of the PD and border belt, but today overall is going to still be seeing temperatures in those 90s. Many of us are really just looking to be mostly sunny, just a few chances for a few clouds that will pass by later on for the afternoon and evening. But we will see a very small chance for a stray shower later on, anywhere closer towards 5 p.m. Most of us, though, are remaining dry for any and all outdoor activities after school. We're also going to be very warm, so make sure you are staying hydrated, not just for today, but into the weekend, before we slowly start to cool down back into the 80s. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. News 13 is your local election headquarters, and early voting gets underway today for the Republican U.S. Senate primary runoff. Interim Senator Darlene Graham and Congressman Ralph Norman are facing off for the seat. Polls will be open today through Friday from 8:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. People who voted in the June GOP primary, last week's special primary, or neither are eligible to vote. You just need to bring a valid photo ID with you, and Election Day is set for Tuesday. Both Graham and Norman had the most votes during last week's election, but neither had the 51% majority. The two candidates faced off in a debate last night that aired on South Carolina educational television. Norman was asked about growing concerns about data centers and incentives for their development, while Graham was asked about her national security experience.
I'm just going to be honest here. I'm not on national security. I'm not that informed on national security, but I do support the military. My brother was in the Air Force for 33 years, so I will do everything I can to support the military. My dad was in the Army. I'm not a polished politician up here. National security is not my thing, not my area of expertise, but I do support the military.
Let them pay their own way, and if it has a return on investment for them, but it's got to have a return on investment for the community, and they've had a free ride. So I will call attention to it, and I will we'll do whatever it takes to educate the public on what's going on.
Other topics that were discussed last night include medical benefits and the conflict with Iran. New details have been released regarding President Trump's upcoming rally in Myrtle Beach. According to information released by Senator Darlene Graham's campaign, the rally is scheduled to be held at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center on Friday. Doors open at 3 and the rally is set to begin at 7 that night. President Trump had previously endorsed Graham in the Senate race. The Graham campaign also said that other conservative South Carolina leaders and elected officials are expected to attend Friday's rally. Well, today is the first day of school for Horry County students. And News 13 stopped by Waccamaw Elementary in Conway, where students and teachers were all smiles and ready for the learning to begin. As kids head back to the classroom today, Horry County officials are sharing how the district is preparing students early to help them succeed after graduation through career technical education. News 13's Gabby Jonas reports.
Although some kids may not be thinking about their after-school careers just yet, county officials say their Workforce Opportunity Program prepares students for college, career, military, and life. Through the Academy for Technology and Academics, officials say the district is seeing growing demand in the electricity program. The program allows students to learn about construction, manufacturing, and other similar industries. At Socastee High School, a real estate course will also be offered to students, which officials say will help them in entrepreneurship, property management, sales, finance, and other essential business concepts. Other pathways under the Technical Scholars Program also help students prepare post-graduation in cybersecurity, welding, and certified nursing assistant training.
All of these opportunities are going to allow students to explore their interests, to make informed decisions about their futures, and develop the knowledge and skills needed to succeed beyond graduation. We're no longer talking about college or career, it's college and career. This is going to help Horry County schools respond to the workforce needs of our growing community.
Officials say students enrolled in these programs will earn dual enrollment with credits that will transfer into valuable credentials and skills that employers need. Reporting at Waccamaw Elementary, Gabby Jonas, News 13.
And we want to see your kids' first day school pictures. This picture was submitted by our executive producer, Anna Marie Bost. Her daughter, Jordan, and friends are seniors this year at St. James High School. So a big congratulations to them as they get to start their final year of high school. And we want to see your submitted pictures. Go to our website, WBTW.com, and we'll show some of them on air and online. Conway High School has now officially started South Carolina's first ever 3DE by Junior Achievement program. The program will allow students to partner with local businesses and community leaders to solve real-world challenges and eventually present their solutions. The program will launch with 125 ninth grade students who will stick with it for 4 years with the goal of making professional connections early on. There are plans to roll out the program next year at North Myrtle Beach High School. In today's Crime Tracker, the Florence County Sheriff's Office arrested a man in connection with a shooting at a motel. Andre Jackson is being charged with attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Deputies responded to the Florence Express Inn on TV Road around 10 this past Friday night. The victim was taken to the hospital, but we don't know their condition. Jackson is being held at the Florence County Detention Center without bond. A major road development project in Horry County is moving forward, but some potential changes have raised concerns among neighbors. Last night, council approved the Pine Ridge Development Agreement, a project that would eventually bring the Highway 31 extension south to Highway 17 bypass. But leaders got rid of a proposed overpass across Highway 17 bypass after they say 80 complaints from concerned residents were sent in. With the extension now moving forward, Surfside Beach Club residents say their attention is turned to what will come next.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And to look at your afternoon commute right now for parts of 17 and 501, we do have some light slowdowns going on, but not affecting drive times too much. From Highway 501 to 44 Carolina Forest, most of us are moving about 10 minutes. 17 Farrell Parkway to Glens Bay will take you 9. 17 Mr. Joe White to 82nd Parkway is moving about 11 minutes. Not seeing any slowdowns for parts of I-95 all the way up to Lumberton. That's a very similar situation going on right now in downtown Florence. Some of our drive times from 52 Palmetto to I-95, about 7 minutes. 76 5 Points to Irby will take you 5. And 95 TV Road to 76 is moving on time with 9 minutes.
All right, Krista, thank you so much. Well, the midterm elections are now less than 3 months away, and voters are giving both parties a message about what they want in November, including primaries that delivered some surprises last night. News Nation Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley reports from Washington, D.C.
After last night's primaries, Democrats are still debating how far left to take their party, while Republicans are realizing a Trump endorsement isn't always a golden ticket.
Primaries played out across several states Tuesday, giving a look at what voters want come November. In Florida, State Representative Angie Nixon, a Democratic socialist, beat moderate candidate Alexander Vindman for the Democratic Senate nomination. Nixon's victory notches another win for progressives and highlights the debate inside the Democratic Party over which direction gives it the best chances in November. Nixon will now face incumbent Republican U.S. Senator Ashley Moody. In the Florida governor's race, Republican Congressman Byron Donalds won his primary with President Donald Trump's endorsement.
Tonight, we are one united Republican Party.
Donalds will face former Republican Congressman David Jolly, who won the Democratic nomination. Jolly left the Republican Party and is running as a more moderate Democrat.
We are celebrating the return of a resiliency, the renewal of a hope.
But Trump-backed Florida Republican Congressman Corey Mills lost his primary to a GOP challenger. Mills ran under an ethics inquiry while dealing with allegations of dating violence. He denies any wrongdoing. And in California, the race to replace former Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell remains too close to call after Swalwell resigned from Congress in scandal earlier this year.
Most lawmakers are still in campaign mode until they get back to Washington after the August recess, but even then their focus is expected to remain on the midterms. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley for News Nation.
The United States and Canada are scrambling for last-minute talks before the new 50% tariff deadline. President Trump announced in a post to Truth Social that he has paused the tariff deadline against Canada. In that same post, he said that subject to the finalization of documents, the two sides have reached a deal. This comes after President Trump threatened tariffs on a list of items like Canadian alcohol and hockey equipment due to what he and the administration described as, quote, discriminatory trade practices. Exact details of the deal remain unknown, but President Trump says that the controversial Keystone XL pipeline plan could be part of it. The City of Florence Fire Department responded to a reported house fire. The first unit responded to Twin Bridge Drive around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Once on scene, they saw smoke and flames coming from the back of the house. Crews said the residents and a dog were home at the time of the fire and were alerted by the smoke alarms in the home. Everyone was able to get out of the house safely. Now, the cause for the fire remains undetermined. Coming up on News 13, a North Carolina deputy is facing accusations of misusing flock cameras. We'll break down those details for you on the other side of the break.
The heat and humidity continue once again for today, but we do have some near normal temperatures returning in our forecast. We'll talk about when coming up after the break.